Welcome back to Do News. I am your host, the King of Do. Got a market cap update for you. I'm going to fill you in on some news, show you some things that I've been looking at recently, talk a little bit about mining as well and some changes on that stuff there. And let's get right to it. All right. So we are actually live right now, and we're going to see some people coming in, have some live chat. People might have some questions. If you haven't been on this channel before, let me introduce you to me. I am the King of Do, as some people like to call me, the Do Man, the Dude. There's many names that I go by in the world, but I am the King of Do. On this channel, we talk about news, we talk about the markets. We talk a little bit about mining from time to time, but this video and the videos I produce on this channel are about you. It's about the community, the crypto community. It's about coming together, working together, learning more together, and being enlightened, really, about the opportunity that blockchain holds. It's much more than a cryptocurrency. It's not a means of just moving value around. There is a lot more potential here. There is a lot more freedom to be had, both for you as an individual and for entire nations in the world. And we talk about those things on this channel. If you're into investing, this is a great channel for you because some of the best investments I've made are from the people who watch this channel, from the people who leave things in the comments, people who ask questions in chat. That is the best information that I've ever gotten many times over. So join us. I hope you join us. I'm going to jump right in while we're waiting for some people to come online. Got a few people now. We're going to take a look at the markets because right now things are looking beautiful. I actually called my friend and said, I was so busy at work today, I didn't even look at the markets. Why did you not call me and tell me how much money we're all making? Everybody is very happy today if you have any positions. If you don't have any positions, that's all right. Maybe you're learning and you're thinking about getting into it. This is a great safe place for you as well. This is a place where you can ask those questions that you may be afraid to ask someone at work that knows too much, or maybe you're just shy. You can ask it here in a safe place. You'll get the help you need, and people will point you to what you need to know. I may cough. That's where I've been. I've been sick, guys. I believe I have some type of walking pneumonia. I've been dealing with it. I have good days, bad days. Had some really rough days. I've been dealing with some sickness, so bear with me. I apologize for the coughing, but I'm here to give you my all. Let's take a look right now. So we got Bitcoin on the move upward. We kind of hit the bottom. I'm into charting a little bit, and we actually have broken up out of a critical moment and bounced off a very significant resistance point. I mentioned a while back that, you know, I'm not the only one who says this, but I agree based on what I know and all the research I've done as far as technical analysis goes, that Bitcoin's been consolidating since our big move. We had a massive move, and now what you have been experiencing in the markets is this consolidation. So there's a lot of people right now who got in for the first time, and they got in, you know, 18,000, 17,000, and 16,000, and they're a little bit nervous. And don't be so nervous. This is normal in the crypto world. You got to put that nervousness aside. I would say that in my time in this space, it's a emotional and psychological challenge to be investing at all, even a dime, because there are days where you have nothing but regrets about putting more in. You should have put more into something, and then the next day, why am I holding this thing? I don't know what this thing even does, and you know, and you should know what they do, by the way. I'm not an investment advisor, but gosh, please do your research. Don't buy a coin because your buddy at work made 1,000% on it. That's not right. Don't do it. Do your own research. You're your own individual. You will have your own success story someday. They have theirs, and they got theirs maybe on accident. Maybe they got lucky. Honestly, many times they may actually just be exaggerating how well they did. So keep that in mind too. And make your own personal financial decisions. You don't need to listen to anyone else but yourself. You're the smartest person you know, right? Okay. So Bitcoin hit this critical mass and we're bouncing up. So now you're seeing the markets flow upward. I think that this weekend you're going to see it continue to flow. in the upward movement. So you are going to see the USD value here on CoinMarketCap. You can see I got USD. You're going to see a significant USD value, and everything's going to go up because of that in USD. So if you're new to this space, I'm sure you're looking at USD. Now, for some of you that have been around for a while, the more mature traders, you want me to look at the BTC values and actually look at the market from this perspective. Now, you new people out there, that may be a challenge for you. It took me a long time to really grasp what it meant to make BTC my denominator. I get it now. I understand what it means to have that as your base currency. That is your base pairing. Now, it's not wrong for some of you to choose Ethereum as your base pairing, and I wouldn't judge you for that. However, in the ecosystem that is built up to this moment in time, in the same way around the world, most people use USD. Bitcoin remains the USD, but for this space, it is the most trusted coin, the most transparent, the most secure. It has standed the test of time, and it may die someday, right? We understand that there's a reason why it may. However, it is the currency to be growing. It is the currency to be holding. It is the one that if you are trading, you are wanting to trade for it. And I was taught that really early on, and I didn't understand that for a really long time. And because of that, I made a lot of really, really dumb mistakes. There were times where I shouldn't have done what I've done. And if going back and actually, you're reviewing what you've done and the decisions you've made, gosh, how would you feel right now if you had twice as many Bitcoins as you should have? So that's why we don't look at USD, or at least I don't. The majority of people don't look at that. But the markets are looking pretty solid. Ripple is sideways. Bitcoin Cash is sideways. Litecoin is a little bit down, but not enough to worry about. It's always lagging anyways. And it's usually paired with Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin's actually going up, usually Litecoin is. So it's lagging as normal, about 1% or 2% behind. And that's completely normal and reasonable. So don't ever look too deeply into that. The big winner today, though, guys, and one that was actually on my portfolio prediction for the year, that you guys needed to get into this. You needed to do it. You needed to do it for a lot of different reasons. You needed to do it for technical reasons. If you're a technical investor, you needed to do it for the potential it has, the potential that it could actually change the entire world. Okay. For some of you, you've been in this for a while and you had the opportunity to get in, and you may own thousands. If you own thousands, I hope you lock it up and don't touch it. Whatever it takes to hold this for 2-3 years, this is the type of potential of an Ethereum, at least even breaking Ethereum's market cap potentially, and actually seeing this go up to $1,000 a coin. It's that type of potential. This year, $100 isn't beyond. It's not a stretch. It's a little bit of a stretch. I feel strongly that it can hit the 50 to about 75 range really, really well. We'll see a lot of consolidation in that range probably, and we'll likely see some type of peak happen, some type of news partnership announcement. It could happen this July. I believe it's July, maybe June. I think it's more June, May, June, during the Ethereal Summit. And there'll be some new announcements and things like that in regards to different tokens. You'll also see OS finally shift over to its own chain, things like that. EOS is one that it's only going to get more expensive. Buy the dips when you can afford it. Do not buy it right now. It's up 32%. Please don't do that. I say that, but I would not be surprised if it went up another 20% tomorrow. Just what I'm expecting from the markets this weekend based on the technical analysis that I've been able to do since I've got off work, which isn't a whole lot, but things are looking really pretty so far. Very rare these opportunities come along. Tron is sideways right now. A lot of FUD on Tron as of late. Never have I timed getting out of that at the peak. It's not something that I'm a huge fan of personally. I understand a lot of new people own it. But my portfolio on that one, my decision making on that one is strictly technical, and it has to be short-term technical as well. And the short-term technical helped me get out of it at the right time, because we don't have a lot of history on this coin. We don't have enough information. We don't know enough about it. We have way too much emotional sentiment, right? There's just a ton of emotional sentiment, and that moves markets, and that's okay. And unless you deeply understand this market and how it works, it's probably not the right thing for you to be trading. If you're holding it and you've been holding it since the bottom, take some profits and diversify. You can stay in it, but don't just let it ride on one thing. That's if you maybe you're new to this space, don't do that. Diversify a little bit, because there's another Tron out there, and the Tron's probably just down this list a little ways, and maybe it's already moving up already, right? We've seen massive moves in Dent recently, right? Pivx, I actually believe, can be as high as a 30 potentially. Top 30 coin. It's not at 56 right now, even though it's been having massive moves. So just something to keep in mind, guys. We got some people in here now. We got some chatting going on. How's it going, guys? It's good to see you guys. All right. So again, looking at the markets and trying to just wrap this up on the market caps and try to answer some questions. I'm expecting a lot of green this weekend, especially for you people looking at USD. When you open up your Blockfolio apps, you are going to be smiling. New all-time highs for some coins will be happening this weekend. That is my prediction, and I'm pretty confident in that one. I mean, guys, when you see recoveries on things like Steam of 40%, you go down to Smart Cash, and let's not get too excited about that, by the way. I need to show this to you. So I covered Smart Cash, did a whole video on it, guys. What was I telling you guys to buy that at? I can't even remember if it was 9 cents, 15, 13, 20, 25 cents, somewhere in that range. I guess I wasn't telling you to buy it. I was nudging you to buy it. I don't do financial advice. I'm not liable for your loss or your gains. Actually, no, I'll take credit for the gains, but only if you, name your yacht after me. Okay. That's it. I don't charge that much. It's all free, guys. Anyhow, we're looking at here, and you guys need to be aware of a few things. So you look down here, and you can see Cryptopia. Okay? Cryptopia has been offline as basically a request that the devs made. The wallet upgrade recently. There's been some issues. There was also a vulnerability that's been addressed and fixed. And it's all good work. They're being real good about getting back to everyone and saying what's going on. Also, basically, I would just say that this is, the pausing of it is more too much good development. If anything, maybe they're developing too fast, and that's something that should be considered in your investments. Is how fast they're moving, and is it safe, and are they just trying to meet the demand, or is the team actually big enough to be pushing these type of results this fast? But essentially, we've got nodes coming out. So many of you watching the channel may be setting up some nodes. I've been setting up my first node recently. And if a node isn't something you've done before, you don't know what that is. Essentially, nodes are they're like oracles, if you know what an oracle is. And these are all fancy words to some of you, but essentially it's it's a server of some sort. It's something that is running to verify transactions. If you're familiar with what mining is, that's what mining is. I know everyone uses this fancy term of mining, but any person who actually asks me what it is, I'm like, oh, I'm just verifying transactions. Just like, when you swipe your card, your Visa card, someone's got to verify that, right? Yeah, that's all I do. Oh, well, that's simple. Like, that's it. Like, it's nothing crazy. So a node does that, but it's typically a node is a more trustworthy, more faster, more reliable. Reliability is a key, for sure, way of processing transactions. So Smart Cash nodes actually will process what they're calling more of like an instant transaction, right? So sometimes in life you want an instant transaction, right? And you want it to happen immediately. We're all familiar with that. We just want it done. Other times, I don't care how long it takes, right? Yeah, maybe you took me out to lunch and I owe you $10 and you're like, yeah, pay me whenever. So I pay you, and I don't care if it takes till tomorrow. That's fine. So it just depends. Anyhow, for smart cash nodes, hopefully really fast. Back to why it's at the price it is. That's not the price. That is not the real price. I will tell you why. Really quickly. The real price of smart cash is probably still below 50 cents. It's hard to guess based on the data we have, but you got to understand essentially that Cryptopia being offline has essentially got a lot of smart cash stuck in a space, and it's driving up demand, the little bits that are actually available on an exchange. Also, you have wallets right now that, because the old wallets and they're releasing the new wallets and there's some complications, people literally they're not able to send their smart cash right now. Everyone's smart cash is very safe right now, and it's fine. It's not a big deal if you upgrade your wallet, all this fun stuff. Okay, all that aside, basically a lot of money is essentially, like, just imagine that it's frozen for a moment. Because it's frozen, people can't move money off the exchange or on the exchange. And so liquidity is a problem. So what ends up happening is what's available on the exchange is all that's available. Well, I can tell you guys right now, people really want smart cash. You've seen the price movements. People want this stuff. In some parts of the world, they may need it. They might need it. So we just want it, right? Because we believe in the project and we think that the price is going up and etc. And it's beginning its first wave of a potential 5-wave Elliott wave, which could make a lot of money, etc. Whatever. Okay, that's all aside. And maybe you're not in smart cash and you could care less about this, but I just wanted to point out that right now those are likely to be off, and you're gonna have to wait for everything to kind of balance out. So I know some of you might be excited about 200% in one day. We will have to wait and see. This is really going to mess up some people's technical analysis. This screws up the charts in a good way, just so you know. Because this will be forgotten over time. People will forget that this happened. People will see this as some type of anomaly that happened. Wow, look at this price volume. Or not the price. Look at this price increase. Drastic price increase. Look at the small volume that created that. Interesting, right? So, anyhow, people are just going to forget that this ever happened. There are people that don't know what smart cash is. But I will say this. This is the most important part, guys. This is what's actually important. If you remember what we were just looking at right here. Smart cash number 38. 38 overall. Right now, smart cash is getting in the amount of exposure that matches waves, that matches Steam, right? Anyone that's right in this area, this is so, it couldn't be better. It's free marketing at its finest on the #1 trafficked crypto site on the planet right now. Right there, smack in the middle. That's all I can say. I don't know how much that influences things, but people, you know, let's be real. Let's be real. Is there more people today that are aware of smart cash than yesterday? Oh yeah. Because they're flipping down this list and they're like, what in the world is 243% up? I must know more. And they probably don't know all these problems we just talked about and the reason why the price is probably inflated and the reason why it's there. Right? Because it was stuck on an exchange, someone had the opportunity to do price manipulation with it, take advantage of the situation. Good for them. Good for you if you own it. Good for me. Okay? All right. All right. Hope you guys learned something there. Okay, let's get Stu from live chat. It's my favorite part. I'm just trying. I'm going to try to keep this short, guys. It's going a little long. I want to keep you guys updated. For those of you just arriving, I have been sick. That's why I haven't done very many videos. It's tough to talk this long. Also, you guys know that mining is something that, you know, it's an awesome hobby. Things like that. You know, building machines, tinkering machines, playing around a little bit. I am going to be doing some videos of those. And based on your guys' feedback, this channel doesn't give a flying flip. You guys don't care about mining. A lot of you come and do ask for me to do more mining. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up another channel and I'm going to take some requests on what I maybe should call that channel. And I actually was thinking about, what type of reward I might do if someone gives me a good name. I don't want to put myself in a position where I have to choose someone's name. That's the problem. I don't want to like say, hey, you won. You know what I mean? I like that so much that, I might not like anyone's ideas. I'll be honest, right? I'll be honest with you guys. However, if you have an idea for what I should call the new channel, stick it down in the comments below, right? And does mining, or do mining, or I would like it to be somewhat branded. I want to talk to those people that want to talk about mining, but I want them to join our community. I want to say, hey, I know you like this mining video. Come over and join these awesome people over here. Oh man, we got a crowd coming. All right, so let's take a look. Matt's in the house. Stratus is looking good, dude. Thing's a monster. You're welcome. Another one that was in the portfolio for this year, Stratus and EOS. If you guys haven't seen my portfolio, my predictions for the year, my top 5, I think I did top 5 in that video. Make sure you go check that out, because so far, I hope you did that. I hope you invested in that. A few people did the New Year's Eve challenge. If you're not familiar with the New Year's Eve challenge we did, a lot of us, surprisingly, a good chunk of us, we picked an amount of money and we evenly divided it into the top 10, and some people did the top 20. Okay? Coins. They just straight into it, diversified perfectly evenly. Why did we do that? Because if you did that a year ago, you would have made over 37,000%. 37,000%. So the challenge was put that money into a separate account. Ideally, people can put them on ledgers, but that many coins is so difficult, etc. But so set up a new exchange or something. I know it's dangerous there. I know it's not safe there. I understand. But you can I'm sure that, if by July you've quadrupled 10 times your money, I'm sure you'll figure out a way to start putting on a ledger. But the challenge is you put that money in, and then Christmas time you give your passwords and everything to someone else, or you have someone else change it or whatever and write down the password. But essentially the goal is to lock it up, whatever mechanism you need to do to lock it up so you don't touch it under any circumstance. And that next Christmas, someone gives you your access back to it. Someone gives you that password or someone, right? Not everyone had to go through all that. Some of you have the discipline not to touch it. Guys, it's going to be really hard when one of those blows up. I tell you what, it's going to be really, really hard to not like, oh man, I could sell that right now and do something nice for myself. You could, but Christmas time. All right. So anyhow, yeah, EOS, Stratus is killing it. Been doing really good. Stratus, guys, $100. It's not even like a second thought. It's going to hit $100. I don't know if it's tomorrow or what. In our lifetime, $100. Okay? It's just, I could sit here and talk about an hour as to why that is. You don't have to love it, but I believe in it. Snovio, haven't heard of it, but there's a good one for us all to go check out. Check out Snovio. Yes, we took a look at Smart Cash. What do you think of APPC? I have no thoughts on APPC. Neo. What's Neo at? Guys, that was on my list too. Holy smokes! Guys, okay. When it comes to Neo, let me just tell you my story about Neo. There was once a time where I had too many Neo, to the point where if I still had it today, my life would be completely different. So it's very, very frustrating that I didn't hold or hodl. I was very immature still new to a lot of this stuff, and I've learned a lot since then. Therefore, taking what I have learned in that pain, I took some Neo, and I have a Neo. I have some Neo. I put that aside I put it so far out of my reach in a way that I don't even think about or look at it. I have not seen this. This is ridiculous. I had no idea it was this high. I truly believe Neo is going to be over 1,000 someday. It could be 1,000 this year. Sorry. That just is what it is. Neo will stand the test of time when regulation hits, and you guys better be you guys better buckle up for some regulation, guys, because that's really when we're going to test. So you got to mentally be thinking about those things, diversifying with that in mind, making sure you're investing in things that are going to succeed during those times to balance your portfolio, making sure you got privacy coins, making sure that you are investing in coins who take regulation extremely seriously and have people on staff to literally deal with regulation. Because it's going to hit some of these coins so hard that they will fail overnight, but you won't know. And it'll take time for the markets to realize it. But because they weren't prepared and they weren't ready, they're going to fail. Let's see. IXC. Yeah, dude. You know what's great is because I did, anyone here who did the challenge, the New Year's Eve challenge, you own like all of these, right? Like your portfolio right now in the New Year's Eve challenge, like it's you don't even have to try. you just buy all the things, and you're doing just fine today. Gosh, these days are great. I think we're gonna see some green for the next few days. I think this weekend is gonna blow your guys' minds. Icon here, IXC is what is being asked about. IXC is likely in a buy range right now. If you're long on it, it's pulled back quite a bit, and that's just real obvious and real clear. Not the most data in the world here, right? We don't have enough data to really get super technical on it. So this is what you have to ask yourself. Do you really believe in the technology? You've really got to go and do your research and then invest accordingly. If you kind of believe in it and you're not sure, well, don't put that much into it, right? If you really believe in it, you're going to want to stack it every time it dips, but don't blow all your money at once. The question that we have to ask ourselves is, because you guys are seeing here, I'm going to bring it up on the screen a little closer, because right here on this whole chart right here, this is the whole thing, you guys are seeing essentially a wave, right? The question is do we actually have our 5 waves, and is this market cycle over? That's what you're asking yourself, okay? Is the market cycle over? Are we going to calm back down? Is the storm coming to a close, right? Or is this the calm before the next storm and the next storm? Is this the first wave of 5 waves? And for those of you that are more technical and do some Elliott waves and things like that, maybe you can comment on what you believe, but I have trouble believing anyone with this little bit of data. So I think that it has a lot more to do with the fundamentals, right? Because we have a coin that's, goes from 0 to hero. Just, something to be thinking about. Let's see if we can pull this all the way out. So this is all time right here, only back to October. I don't believe anything about what I'm seeing here, right? You guys got to understand how the way that these things work in regards to coming online on different exchanges. In fact, the market cap says 0 USD, right? Even though it has a price. And so has it really been determined by the free markets what the price is yet, right? Not really. Not until here. Not until we start having some real data. And I feel very, very strongly that the markets are still trying to determine the actual real price of this coin. Okay, so that's my take on ICX right now. So that's on you guys. ICX, Neo, Vin. Everyone's in love with Vin these days. I hope you guys that were considering it got in. Thoughts on Z? Is that Z Classic fork? Oh yeah, and the fork of Bitcoin Private. I like Classic. I can say that. I have a few. Let me address that more formally in another video. I guess I can kind of go off. When I talk about those type of coins and things, that anything that's, I don't know. Let's come back to that one, because I want to save the drama for your mama a little bit on that one. That one's a difficult one. Any thoughts on BAT? I really like the Brave browser, but beyond that, I still struggle. I struggle with the adoption. My profession is a digital marketer, and the technology surrounding it, the markets aren't ready for that. I believe for BAT to be truly successful, there's gonna have to be a massive change economically, because we need to see some empires fall. The control around publishers and the money at stake in regards to advertising, it's going to take more than just a disruptive technology, right? There's just multiple layers there, so that's just I actually have a 5-part series on BAT. If you haven't seen it before, going over the entire white paper, giving my honest opinion about what it potentially will do in the long term, and I was quite bearish, to be honest, on it. I still am to a degree. However, I do strongly believe that there's going to be a movement in advertising coins this year. There's going to be someone who wins as we have mass adoption move in. The fact that BAT actually has a real product in a way, right, says a lot. It does say a lot. So they have first mover advantage. There's just such a long ways to go. I think that you could be buying BAT for the next 2-3 years, and you're still going to have to wait 5 or 10 years before you really win on it. Unless something drastic happens economically. So, all right. That's my BAT. I have a question. So what exactly does a partnership entail? Like, for example, Ripple's partnerships. Do they sit down and sign papers as money donated? Wow, that is a fantastic question. Okay, so there's all kinds of different partnerships. If you look like it, Ethereum has an alliance, and that alliance is basically a group of people that have come together and said, hey, we want to join forces and work together on how we can actually utilize this technology as a group. So it's kind of like, I don't know, almost like a Rotary Club. However, we're talking about the biggest, baddest companies in the world as a part of that Rotary Club, right? And we're talking about trillions of dollars in market cap between all those companies. So that is, that would be like an alliance. Partnerships are a loose term in this space. A lot of crap coins. I'm trying to keep it safe. A lot of people have been getting their videos deleted on YouTube, so I'm trying to keep my videos very safe. I saw one guy have all of his videos where he mentions Bitcoin removed, and he was very upset about it because it wasn't safe for children, because it was considered gambling. And so I'm trying to make sure that I don't do anything that would raise any type of suspicion. So trying to watch the language and things for sure. So we know what people call those coins. Those coins often will declare they have a partnership. Like, we have a partnership with Microsoft. No, you don't. You're just on the Azure platform, and it's not a true partnership, right? I think that a partnership, a true partnership, would be both parties announcing together that they are in a relationship. That's pretty much it. All right. Whereas signing paperwork is kind of like marriage. And that's really happening now. Like, this is like more, this is a serious relationship. Dang, things got serious in a hurry. They're signing papers. So that would be my take on that. Hope that helps you. That was a good question, though. There's just so many different types of partnerships, and people use the term when they're trying to pump their coin. And it's like, well, at the end of the day, ask for a link. Always ask for links to the source of the partnership. Where can you read the announcement? Or is it something, or is it a logo they added to their site? Woohoo. Okay. I can add a logo to anything, all right? All right, moving on here. Let's see. I have a question. Okay, got that one. That one. Dude, what do you think about these big companies, banks getting into space? to make fiat, accumulate more BTC. Good question, Matt. Big banks are definitely accumulating. Okay, big banks have always been the masters of manipulation, and that term's used a lot, manipulation. Okay, I their job is to make money, just like your job when you go to work every day is to make money. Someone's job is to try to move markets in their favor. So I definitely understand the negative consequences. I definitely understand the position that we're in now today because of it happening for so long, consistently, and totally get it. So all that being said, I believe they're accumulating BTC so that they can begin manipulating it, controlling it the way that they usually have. That way they can make more money on like future markets and things like that. That's just my opinion, 100% my opinion on what's happening. The amount of money that's moving into this space, you have to ask yourself, where's all that money coming from? It's ridiculous. This is not average, you and me money. It's not, guys. This is big corporations and big banks. Money just doesn't print out of nowhere. It doesn't come from normal people. Like, you and I don't move markets typically, okay? Definitely not in the short term. So it's tough. I mean, you see professionals already trading. If you go on GDAX, it's a great example. You can watch the order books. I leave it open every once in a while, and I'm like, oh, look, the banks are active right now. I mean, you can literally see multi-million-dollar orders in less than a second, moving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Real-time calculations. Artificial intelligence, probably to some degree, business rules that they've predetermined in order to pick up or push the market upward in a safe way so that they don't lose money, right? A lot of that kind of stuff is happening. It's always happened before, but now it's happening on a level where, wow, this is a lot of money. Even last month, I saw market orders execute beyond my comprehension. And it was people buying. It wasn't people getting out of the market. It wasn't some guy that hit it rich and he's like, I'm retiring. No, it was big money, guys. Multi-million-dollar orders in an instant. Mind-blowing movements. Never seen anything like that. And never. I'm talking thousands of Bitcoins, guys. That kind of movement. All right. Trying to get caught up here. Thoughts on hacking? I don't have any thoughts on hacking. I looked at it once, but have no thoughts on hacking. Something to go check out. Is ARK going to move? The technical analysis on ARK is looking promising right now. The volume's up, etc. I think ARK is going to move upward. However, I think that you should be looking to buy. So I'm not saying like run out and buy it right, buy it right now at the price it's at. I do believe that it has the potential to come down, maybe another 10% or so before the next run. However, this weekend might change all that if my prediction is right. So that's my take on ARK. I really like ARK. Another one that was in my recommendations for the year. If you didn't get ARK already, man, you should watch this. You should subscribe right now. Like and subscribe because you will get some of the best information, not just from me. It's not just 100% my opinion. What I do is I consolidate research from multiple sources. I'm watching more YouTube videos than you could ever comprehend. I'm on so many forums and websites, learning technical analysis and charting. This is my full-time hobby. Almost a full-time job, my wife would say for sure. This is living and breathing it, pumping it every day through my veins. And so I try my best to bring it all together and systematically track everything and see what rises to the top. And my 5 predictions were 5 of the ones that I felt the strongest about. I do have a complete portfolio, and I can share more with you on that for sure. But even my portfolio is built on those things, right? There's so many coins to get so excited about, but you know, which ones have true fundamentals, which one are producing real results, which ones are not just pump and dumps, things like that. So I hope you guys enjoy the content I'm giving you. It's purely out of passion that I bring those things to you, and I bring them up in front of you, and hopefully you guys have been listening a little bit. And at the same time, I hope you went and did your own homework on them, because I think that you'll see the ones that I gave are prime examples of massive opportunity and very, very real applicable potential, right? So EOS is an example of like speculative but unbelievable returns, the kinds that your great-grandparents or when you're a great-grandparent, you'll be telling stories about in your mansion, that kind of stuff. Like unbelievable opportunities if they pull that off. Don't know if they will. Then you go to things like ARK, very real, tangible results producing opportunities that can completely revolutionize the way that we use cryptos and think about cryptos today. Awesome. So anyhow, moving on. Okay. Let's see. Quant Stamp, I ain't got nothing on that. And I think I'm finally catching up. Andrew L. wants to be my apprentice. Bro, I'm just a normal guy. I really am. You can do these things yourself. It just takes time. That's it. Spending time with me won't do anything. Spend time with yourself and your brain, the most powerful thing you got. Read a white paper once a day if you know to really understand this stuff. Because once you've done that, then things come a lot easier. You know, you got to put in that time, put in that energy, because you know that's flattering that you say that, but you want to be yourself, the person that really knows, right? Because I'm paying for a lot of information too, guys. I actually pay money to other people that have a lot of information, a lot of knowledge. They're smarter than me. They've been in the space longer than me, and they're providing me their insight and more mature perspectives. They're also providing me a lot more understanding in regards to real technical understanding of these coins, right? How many of you right now can actually go and actually review the code for a coin and understand what's happening? Okay. You got to find trusted, time-proven sources of that information to make sure you feel confident about different things that you're investing in. That's very, very important. Very important. So don't look at me to be your number one source. I am a source, and I hope that I'm doing a good job bringing you what I think's the best of the best. But it's only my opinion. And if you like my opinion, then you like my videos, and that's cool, and I enjoy that. Okay. All right. So it looks like that's about it. This went longer than I thought. Wow, it went longer than I thought. I'm trying to keep them shorter, guys. And, you know, not everyone wants to just sit here and look at a icon screen. So I apologize about that. I just get excited about your guys' questions. I should have flipped it back to full screen, but so I apologize for that. Okay. So that is it. Again, down in the comments, make sure you guys leave me an idea for the mining channel. I really appreciate it when you do that. I'll be processing this video right away, so you can guys leave those things down below. If you guys can do me a huge favor and like this video, you have no idea how much that means to me. It helps the channel a lot. It helps bring exposure and bring people in. I want to grow the network and things like that and bring more people in here so we can have more fun. We can learn more together. So let's do that, okay? Let's do that together. Help a brother out and make sure you do that. Subscribe. More importantly, tell a friend at work, right? Tell a friend that's into the stuff, hey, have you heard of King of Do yet? I think he's a cool guy. I like him. You should check him out. That helps a lot too, more than you know. As I try to do this, it inspires me to do it, guys. This takes a lot of energy, a lot of effort. I worked all day today. This is the hardest week of work in the last year for me. I worked so hard this week. But I love what I do, so it doesn't feel that way. But I can feel it physically. I've been sick, and I've been trying to fight through the sickness, give it all I can through the sickness. And so really, at the end of the day, your likes, your comments, your conversations, they inspire me to keep going. You know, there's a lot of opportunities in my life I have right now. And this one, though, is really, really good. It's really healthy for me. It helps me get out this pent-up passion I have for the technology and the way it's going to change our lives and how we're going to change the world. And we're going to do it together, guys. We're going to learn all this stuff together. And, you know, someday when we're all on our yachts, I don't know if that's, you know, but someday on the Do cruise, I'll look forward to inviting you guys and you guys all being a part of that. You know, it's crazy. I mean, guys, it's crazy, but I literally, there's plenty of people I know who are now in a position to buy a yacht, just straight up, just so you know, like, which is pretty awesome. This kind of stuff has provided those opportunities for those people, and they will provide them for you if you can educate yourself, because there's more money to be made here than just in this market right now, okay? Maybe this isn't for you, but the technology and the opportunity it's going to provide, the new jobs it's going to create, the new economy that will exist in the next 5, 10, 15 years. Some of you that are younger, this is the biggest opportunity in the history of mankind. The biggest opportunity in the history of mankind. Do not look the other way. Continue to engage. Continue to focus on what's happening. This is your biggest opportunity. It's going to affect every part of every single person's life. It almost has already. Almost everyone on the planet has almost been affected by this already. We're reaching that critical mass. It's going to be a part of your every moment of every day of your life. In the same way you can't live without your smartphone, you will not be able to live your life without this technology living and breathing and flowing through you every single day. That is the future. Keep focused on what's coming ahead, guys. All right? I really enjoyed this time with you guys. I hope it inspired you a little bit. I hope you do more research. Don't stop. Don't stop going. Go watch another video. Go learn more. Go read a white paper. Do whatever it takes. Don't give up. Keep going, because these green days will look like nothing. This is going to be so far in the rearview mirror before you know it, and we're going to go to the moon, both as investors, for those that are investors, and just as individuals in your consciousness, enlightening you to think differently, to have a different perspective of the world, to go into work the next day and completely reimagine everything that you do, all the way down to the procedural level and all the way up to the strategy that your company has for this year, right? So with that, guys, I really enjoyed being with you guys. I am the King of Do, and may the Force be with you.